Hello, my fellow Nigerians in Yorkshire, in the UK, and our Nigerians back home in Nigeria. And again, thank you for everybody that have been watching our YouTube video. And before I start on this next session of Japa project, I really want to thank everybody that have been giving us comments. And some of them, majority of them, has been very positive, and some people have just been negative. And again, that is not a problem. We as a leader here, we're here to take criticisms and etc. And some of you that have passed some very bad negative, comments, that is good, but I want to make sure that you don't have to be, negative. If you don't want, if you can watch the video and you can leave. As much as we're trying to use this opportunity, which we've started in the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC group, in the diaspora, in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, in the UK, is just to advise and suggest and to make sure we warn Nigerians. We're not trying to scare anybody. I've seen so many comments, some people have passed a very bad negative comment. You don't have to pass any negative. This video is for people that wants to listen. You don't have to listen to advice. That is why we call it advice suggestions. So it's up to you if you want to take it, but don't discourage people. Because if we're on the ground and if we're trying to advise you that we want Nigerians to come, 100%, cross my heart, I want Nigerians, people to come, because that is why we have lots of Asians here, Chinese, Czechoslovakia. I want my people to be here. I want to make that clear. But when I see a way to advise our fellow Nigerians that are coming that this is what you should prepare for, is that a bad thing? Is that the bad thing? Not many people does this type of thing we do, and I don't gain anything from it, But, when some people, the problem with Nigerians is that we have jealousy, we have enviness. All because I'm here doesn't mean that I'm happy that my Nigerians, people back home are suffering. I go to Nigeria, I have families in Nigeria, I have businesses and etc. But at the end of the day, there is an opportunity why I'm here. And the same thing, I travel there, is the same thing everybody is trying to do. So I want us to understand that. Okay. So on this next one, I'm trying to advise again on Japa project. And Japa project, Nigerians emigrating, living and surviving in the United Kingdom, And what are the ways? This topic is about how you can make extra income, extra living in the UK. Besides your masters, your degrees or whatever. What is the secret of living in the UK? Day-to-day living. And I want to give you some of that tips, and this is based on your skills, your qualifications, what you can bring. So this session is to tell you, to advise you, and to suggest to you what you should prepare for before coming to the UK in terms of your skills. So we're going to look at, and this is more or less like an advice and suggestions. And again, it's not to scare anybody, it's to advise, okay? So, for example, here, we have lots of Nigerians here that are doing Nigerian parties, birthday, wedding, and etc. And what are the things that sells most? That even when you come here, even if you don't have that job yet, because, when I said all those things in my previous Japa project, the care and support work here is saturated. You can spend a lot of money. We've seen families that have, they did not come through the student route tier 4, and they came through another route, which is collecting a care and support visa for 5 years. They spent almost 20 million, and they couldn't get a job for 3 months or 6 months. But what are the skills that you can bring here that will help you? I want to advise you that, and I believe that that is a positive thing. So, for example, photographing. If you're a professional photographer back home, I'm telling you, please bring your camera. Bring your camera. You make a lot of money here. Photographers here, when Nigeria, Nigerians here, they do a lot of celebration, birthday, weddings, etc. At least for one event, you can charge £300 to £400. I'm telling you. And if you're doing a video, you can charge up to 500 to 600. So if you're good in photographing, or if you're not a photographer yet, you can learn photographing. That is what I'm saying. Please bring your camera, bring your skills on photographing. For example, our community, we do lots of events. We want photography. We do parties. Nigerians here, they like to do parties. I'm telling you, wedding, birthdays. I can tell you that in a year, I can go to almost 10 to 12 birthday parties. And if you know how to advertise yourself, you'll get something. Hairdressing. Know how to do hairdressing. If you can learn that back home before you come, it's very simple. You can even learn it on Google. Hairdressing, all these nail people that does nails, pedicure and medicure. Those are the skills that Nigerian. I can tell you. Do you know that some of my friends' wife, when they want to go and do their nail, it costs them 50 to 60 pounds to do one nail. You can make money from there. Catering, my people, our lovely women, and if you know how to cook, if you can cook properly for your husband at home, and if you're coming here, either you're coming through the student route or any one of you that have said in the student route, learn how to cook. If you can cook a very good, fantastic food, I'm telling you, you will get a job here. All you need to do is get here and do the UK food and hygiene level 2 training, do some catering training, which is not much. You can do all those training for like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. If you have all those certificates, I can tell you, you can qualify. For example, our events now, we're doing through this year. I'm using one of my Edo sister that is qualified, and she just did the food and hygiene training, and she's going to be doing more catering training. And it's very simple. Training here are very cheap. Whichever area you go, contact the Nigerian communities there, join them. Once you join them, then start asking all these questions. Catering, please. If you know how to cook all this egusi, fried rice, jollof rice, this is what we used to do in our events here. We go on a trip, we go with fried rice. And again, DJing. If you're good at DJing, my fellow, if you have master degrees, even professor or PhD, try and do extra skills. If you're good in DJing, to be honest with you, you'll be able to get extra income. These are things that you can use to make extra incomes. Even if you're working full-time here, all that money is not enough. Okay? DJing is very good. Fashion, tailoring, and women's clothes and men's clothes. Agbada, irobuba, gele. If all those things, if you know how to learn, if you know how to sew clothes, if you know how to do fittings, fashion for men, Nigerian clothing, I'm telling you, you make more money. You make money here. I've seen a lot of Nigerians, they don't even need to do their normal work. All they do, I have one of our sisters now, and she does 24/7 sewing, tailoring, women's clothing, agbada, to be honest, but if you want to do fila, agbada, and everything all together, you can be making 150 pounds, 200 pounds. You don't need to do all those things, okay? So these are very good skills you can bring. So we want you to come here. Make sure you come here. Make sure by the time you get here, don't put all your eggs into one basket. If you have a degree, let the degree be there. Even if you're working with the degree, you can make extra income, okay? Nigerian supermarkets, if you want to start your own Nigerian, it's very simple. We have a lot of Nigerian. We don't have much Nigerian supermarkets here. You can come here if you have little money. You can start your own Nigerian supermarket. We have lots of Nigerians that have their Nigerian supermarket. That's why we buy Eba. We buy Gari. We buy Pounded Yam. We buy Ogede. Those are the things that you make money. Another thing is child care and child minding. Oh, please, our women, our sisters, please, if you know how to look after children, you make money. Oh, a lot of Nigerians here that they go to work, they don't know where to put their children. But if you have a child-minding experience, you can look after children, look after young ones. I'm telling you, you can make 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. Do you know how much child-minding costs in the UK? To look after a child in the UK, it costs 40 to 50 pounds per hour. That is the standard. But as a Nigerian, if you're just coming to this country, you can be making like 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. So child minding is another thing. Cargoing, if you're good at cargoing, you can start that business. IT income, if you know how to do IT, computer, etc., you're very skilled. We have a lot of Nigerians that want to do their IT. So learning from home before you come to Nigeria, you can do that learning. The reason why we're saying this is basically that all these things, some of you might have had the skills. You do this normally at home. I believe, for example, hairdressing. Some of our sisters and mothers and wives, they plait the hair of their daughters every day. So if you're very good at that, if you're very good at fixing, if you're very good at all these, what's it called? all these caps they put on, if you can do that, if you can weave, if you can do all this stuff, you make money. So, there are lots of skills you can learn in the UK. So, and this is why I wanted to call this one, this is the Japa project, and it's titled Nigerians Emigrating and Secret Ways of Living and Surviving in the UK, to make extra income. So that is the way. So the point of this Japa project is to make sure that if you have any extra skills, even if you don't have from all these ones I've listed, make sure you go and learn. Go and learn, please. Learn something extra. So by the time you get here, you can be living on something. I can tell you, every Nigerian that works in this country, either care, support, or whatever job they do, everybody has a second job. And that second job is their Nigerian skills. You can cook, you can do catering, you can do tailoring, you can do fashion, you can do photographing, you can do hairdressing, you can even do child minding, Everybody can look after a child. And you can use that to make money. Because, I said in my last video, there is no house help here. House help is very expensive. So if you can look after someone's child, especially Nigerians, if you're within a community, you'll be able to make money. So this is the advice. And again, for those people that don't know me, my name is Mr. J. Skolaole. I'm the founder and the president of the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network, UKCIC Group in the diaspora, UK, Leeds, West Yorkshire. As I've said, please continue to send us your message on admin@nycn.org.uk. Please send us messages that we can respond to. Please don't send us WhatsApp messages. Send it to our email. And if you're going to an area that is not Yorkshire, our advice is very important for you, but contact that area, the Nigerian community. Go on Google. Know how to use Google, please. Please, know how to use Google. Find areas that you can, where you're going, Nigerian community that can help you. And if not, contact our umbrella body, KANU, Central Association of Nigerian UK Communities, okay? So this is an advice on Japa project, but, the title is Nigerians Emigrating and Secret Ways of Living and Surviving in the UK to make extra income, to survive and, etc. like that. So all of us here, we have our normal job. For example, I'm a project manager, but I can tell you that I have some skills helping Nigeria. And what is that skill? It's volunteering and bringing Nigerians together as a one Nigerians in the diaspora, whether you're a student, family, or businesses, okay? So our organization do help, whenever it comes to helping Nigerians here. If you see a lot of Nigeria, if you've seen our videos where we distribute food, all those things is very important. And I was looking at one of my comments, and one of the guy that was on there, he was saying that when I was showing the video of where we were distributing food or receiving food, he said, it's not my money that I'm using it. Well, but I'm doing a very good job. So we Nigerians, let's try to be less negative. Let's try to stop this enviness and jealousy. I've seen some people putting comments there, which is good. I have the coaching to collect the comments, but let's be positive. Because if you see people like us that are doing this thing, it's not that I'm making money from it. It's not because advising, giving you tips, tips and suggestions and secret ways of living in the UK. That is the idea. Tips and secret ways of living in the UK to make extra income. Okay? So, and that is why we're trying to, give you that idea. And not to make sure, but we want you to come here to come and survive. Even if you're doing an extra work, if you have your degree, master's, a professor, it doesn't matter. Try to learn something before you come. If you want to learn carpentry, you make money. Any extra work, you make money. Because in the UK, it's difficult for you to get all those services, which I've listed. It's difficult. And that is what the other Asians, and they're very good at. They know how to do all the extra work, which people don't do. All those extra works are the ones that are very expensive. If you want to do photography, as I said again, photography, you'll be earning £300, £400 per event. Photographing and video is very expensive here. It's even very rare. It's difficult for me to get one here for our events. Hairdressing for women, catering, to get a cook, to cook proper Nigerian jollof rice, fried rice, egusi and pounded yam, and ogbolo, nkwobi, all those things, I'm telling you. So how to do tailoring, men's clothes, Nigerian clothing, you can't find it here, you know. But if you know how to do that, you'll be able to make money, okay? May the Lord continue to bless us. May Allah bless us, okay? Next video, I'll be getting on another item, ideas, topics of how to advise you coming to UK. We want you to come to this country, but I will not stop advising you to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself financially, prepare your family. If you're a family, you know, the husband can come, the wife can stay, or the wife can come, whoever is a student. Yeah, please, I will keep on advising that. Even some people saying that I'm panicking. I'm not panicking anybody. I'm advising people. I'm advising my people. And if I'm advising people against what you cannot do, that means that, you know, we have to be our brother's keeper. That is what I'm doing, okay? So may the Lord continue to bless us. So I'm going to end this video, and this video is tips and ways of how to make extra income when you emigrate living in the UK. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.